Richie Rich just dropped the bomb on us. Let's jump into it. What do you think about this PulseX plan so far? What are your thoughts? Lower fees, no inflation, fees that cause the PulseX price to go up and supply to go down. No admin keys, no middlemen, and a second coin in DAO. Now, if you've been in my Discord, if you've been on my Patreon, if you've been in my members, any of that, you know I've been talking about DAOs for the past month at least. So out the gate, I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's look at these. Come on, details. Users can swap one coin for another coin on PulseX, paying a 0.29% fee. 21% of that fee buys PulseX coins from the PulseX system itself and burns the coins. So it takes 21% of this 0.29, so it's not a lot, but over time, if it's as cheap and fast as I'm expecting it to be, that's going to add up to a lot over time. This is all about, waiting. Delayed gratification is just a fancy way of saying waiting. PulseX system itself and burns the coins. The inflation, that answers one of my first questions already is, what's that inflation rate going to be like? Before I even can say how much I'm going to put in this, I got to know if it's inflationary or deflationary. The people that are providing liquidity, 76% of this fee that goes to the liquidity providers. Pretty standard, really. 3% of the fee goes to an address you have no expectations of. That's my address, guys. Users are swapping their coins for the coins in the liquidity pool. PulseX liquidity providers earn fees. Anyone can become a liquidity provider by depositing two sides of a pair into the liquidity pool, the same value on each side. We know that. If someone swaps 10,000 units for side A for side B, it's a swap. You know what I'm saying? We know that. The initial liquidity for PulseX comes from a bot called the AMM ratio fixer bot. It harvests around 99.9% of the coins liquidity from Uniswap, SushiSwap, and other popular markets at launch, then recreates those pairs on the PulseX exchange and adds the liquidity it harvests along with the fresh PLS to make PLS.com the vastly most liquid exchange on Pulsechain. As users want the best deals for their trades, they tend to go where the liquidity is the largest. That creates volume. As liquidity providers make profit on the volume, they're likely to deposit on the exchange with the most volume. It's hard for new competitors to overcome the critical mass of so much liquidity in one place. So this is basically saying PulseX is going to have the most liquidity. Don't even try. You know what I'm saying? Don't even try, man. So if you're thinking about building a DEX or something on Pulsechain, I wouldn't even waste my time, bro. Centralized liquidity also means the best deals for users. The price moves against them less when they swap. It also means that fewer arbitrage bots become rich, equalizing the price from different liquidity sources. It's more efficient. PulseX solves some common problems. So what we've noticed so far is a bunch of fluff. You know what I'm saying? The past two paragraphs, there's like, it's something, but it's like, dare I say, a distraction. PulseX solves some common problems. The fee to users is lower than most competing exchanges. Many tokens inflate at higher rates. So this is where it starts getting juicy. That's why I said it was a little bit of fluff, like a little bit of to make you think, all right, it's nothing else to read. No, actually, this is where the sauce at, back here in the back here in the cut. PulseX never inflates, just like Pulsechain. Guys, this dude, man. How can you manage to make profit and then keep coming up with reasons for me not to take it? Stop it. Now I got a FOMO in this. PulseX never inflates. The supply only becomes more rare as 21% of fees are used to buy up the price and then burnt, like we heard. Every time that there's an exchange or a trade, you pay a fee. Let's go to Uniswap. Let's use Hex USDC, for example. Let's go into here. So every time somebody makes a trade, let's look at a swap. So let's click trade. So this is Uniswap. So if I want to buy $1,000 worth of Hex. It's going to charge me a 0.3% fee. It's going to take $3 from me. So I get I'm going to get $996 worth of Hex. That $3 on PulseX, 21% of it gets burnt. That is going, like, I'm trying to contain my excitement. 21% of the fees are used to buy up the price and then burnt. So not only is it burning them, it's got to buy them back. So, I mean, I'm not expecting any pump because we've seen this before in plenty of times of crypto where people said they're going to buy back and burn. And everybody in the olden days, back in 2019, you would think that it would pump the price, and it would initially, but everybody would sell it back down. So, but you do have a constant buy pressure on the price. It's, I don't know, man. This is like scary because it's not like it's going to be something smaller. It's not like it's going to be, this is not going to be, I mean, if this ever exists, this is not going to be something that is like one transaction today, another transaction tomorrow. It's going to be a lot. And it's an automated buy and burn public function that anyone can call. Like, come on, it doesn't get any sweeter than that. You have to wait for the devs. Devs, please do something. Price crashing. Can the devs do something? You don't need the devs to do nothing. Automatically buy back and burn. That's great. But wait, there's more. PulseX.com summary: lower fees, no inflation fees that cause the PulseX price to go up and supply to go down. No admin keys, no middlemen. In order to enhance PulseX's success, another token will exist. He's about to do another coin. Another sacrifice. Brace friend back. In order to enhance PulseX's success, another token will exist to further incentivize liquidity providers beyond the fees they're already making. They'll be able to deposit their LP tokens that they get when they become liquidity providers into a yield farm. This token is emitted with decreasing inflation over time. So now this is a curveball right here, right? Because I thought that PulseX was going to be the token that we farmed. But now, because I was wondering, I was like, okay, so we're doing a sacrifice. If we're going to get a token back, then that means that this is like that it's going to have inflation, you know? So they get when they become liquid. This token is emitted with decreasing inflation. A DAO chooses which trading pairs receive this incentive and at what rates. Hex, USDC, they'll vote for this token, maybe Pulse Hex, Pulse Doge Hex, what I'm saying? I'm seeing DAO, the word DAO, it gets me excited, but I'm not too excited because I'm not sure if it's going to be like a own fork DAO like the ones I've been talking about for the past month. I'm not sure if it's going to be like that because then you would need, and which leads me to the next thing, which is this right here. The DAO that controls the incentive token should be controlled by holders of the incentive token instead of PulseX. So originally it says only addresses with PulseX balances get to vote in the DAO, right? That kind of makes it not the kind of DAO. That will make it not, I mean, it could be, but it would make it not the kind of DAO that I thought it was going to be. Now, I voted for yes on this. The DAO that controls the incentive token should be controlled by holders of the incentive token instead of PulseX. Yeah, I said yes on this, but now that I think about it, it's like another coin. If it's voting yes, you're asking for another coin. Kind of want to vote no on this, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, guys, you want to go in another coin, you know what I'm saying? So we don't know if anything. That's what's hilarious about all this is the only coin that really still only exists is Hex. So these are all ideas in my from my point of view. How much am I gonna put into this? Guys, do not go into PulseX. Do not sacrifice for it. It's never coming. And I'm saying that because I don't want any competition during the bonding curve while I sacrifice for speech or something. Yeah, this is a good one. I think we're a fiat on-ramp and coin ranking site away from taking over crypto. Like, man, this is going to be like the most centralized, decentralized community there is. This is a new thing. A sedentralized community.